The scene is getting crowded, I'ma ride my own wave. I don't need your approval, I'ma go my own way. My daddy told me to be first, you finish last place.
Well friends, skater number one. Yeah, skater. Why? Because there is no one, I'm the only one. Watch. So, you have a nice day here. You have never seen this before. What is that for fuel, or? That is amazing, or? So, I will show you before we enter in our block court. I don't know where we go, but I will go to block court. But here is a skate park. An old, traditional, big skate park. A 90s skate park, you know. When you are from the US, then you can tell me if you had the same. Yeah, you had. I have seen the inline skate videos, you know. Mad Beef, the Hawks, you know, with Arlo Eisenberg in the early 90s, Chris Edwards, Brooke Howard Smith, you know. Here we have it, watch, that is the skate park. And of course there is no one. Now, you will think, wow, where the hell am I? We are at the big skate park, you know. Watch, that it is, with the shoes on. No, there are no drugs, you know. You would imagine there are all drugs on, no. So, I show you that. That was a dream in the early 90s. Nowadays, skateboarders would say, wow, what is that? These are wooden ramps. And yeah, we go play streetball, you know. But streetball and skateboarding was always together here, you know. Since the early 90s. And that I show you now. And again, no one here. We have it now Saturday. Wow, amazing. So, the bicycle. And it has 30 degrees again, over 30 degrees. In the middle of the sun, around midday. Best way to go out and play streetball, ride with the bicycle. So we are on the way for another 4 hours today. Back and this. With that panorama, yesterday I have seen the GOAT, the greatest female climber of all time. Now we enter in our skate park. The only difference is, back in the days, there was no video, you know. But I show you that. This is the park with an own rule, you know. And that is the big Belter skate park here, you know. Wow. When you are from the 90s and you have seen that, that was the best dream of them all, you know. We had one in our city. We had the famous Fun Park in the Olympia arena outside, you know. Wow. You know, and these are those wooden ramps. Wow. Really high with a coping on, you know. And a half pipe, you know. There I can tell you something. A pyramid, you know. But you see what the problems are when you drive here. You will fall into it, you know, the same here. But that were the things, you know. And they splitter out, you see that? These are also things, but that it is, you know. But with that we lift. Here that is not wood, but what a cool park, huh? With the old traditional asphalt floors, you know, like on the streetball courts. And when you come from the early 90s, you know, I do streetball since 1991, inline hockey also since 1992, skateboarding I started also around 1992, and then you know the asphalt, you know, you have seen all the stuff how they build it, because in the early 2000s they had other stuff. There were the plastic ramps in the streetball courts, they had other asphalts, and so you can imagine that. But you see that it's amazing with lights, you know, here to walk on, and an absolutely cool thing. And you see there is no one here. Bam. Here we have the football. Watch to them, we are influencers. Yeah. Here you can move into the mini ramp, and you see the wooden boards. That is really steep, you know, with that big coping. Oh, and watch at the shoes, you know. They are so nice. 35 euro. 35 euro. These are the best looking shoes what I ever had, to me, you know. amazing. I will tell you something. But you see, wow. And that was a dream. Nowadays the people like skate plazas, you know, with not asphalt, with concrete, you know, smooth concrete. But that it was with the normal asphalt. And I show you now the half pipe. There I can tell you something. You see here the mini ramp. Here with that the skateboards don't fall out, you know, because that is dangerous. When they roll too far, boom. I have seen a lot of things, you know. That looks like a barbed wire. Do you know the film from the 90s? The 90s were the best, you know. Sorry to the 2000s, 2010s, 2020s, 80s, whatever. 90s were the best, no joke. But barbed wire with Pamela Anderson. I have shown you one time this film on DVD. Check this out, barbed wire. Looks like here with that aluminium, you see on there is like on a pirate ship. That is so cool, you know. And here, wow. And you see that is all damaged. Watch on there, you see that? That it is. But that was the absolute dream, you know. An absolute fantastic skate park. And now the half pipe, you know. We go over there. You see, here for example, these are the small boards. In my village we had nothing. There was then a mini ramp, and the mini ramp means not like this. That was around this, you know. And we had all the time those things, it was open that you could not roll on like here, you see. All the time that happened, and older people damaged it, you know, the older generation. Where I played streetball and there were flying glass bottles in, you know. When we were standing here, someone throw in a glass bottle and make boom. That was the standard. Or the pirouettes, you know, that it makes boom. Was falling to you and then bam, you kicked him one in the stomach and then all was good. But now, the half pipe, wow, that is an amazing thing, you know. So high. What an original thing, you know, with the pirate ship. Here with the wheel, like in a ship. Here with the old boards, you know, coping. The old wooden boards. And that is so high, and as a kid, I tell you, I was at Fun Park at my city. I have always to watch with the bicycle, because otherwise I need 3 or 4 hours to walk home. But wow, that is, you know, and as a kid, we had also this big half pipe in the city. And I've seen there were Goldberger, you know, and Witthölzl, the ski jumping world champions. They drove that was fun to them because they trained at the performance center. I was also in there with table tennis with top 20 guy in the world where we trained, you know, with his parents and him. And they were very good, of course, from the ski jumping. They had a good feeling. I remember that Witthölzl, he was driving down the half pipe at Fun Park, you know. Goldberger was talking to me. I was in there playing street hockey. That was 1995, I would say. Yeah, and that is so high. As a kid with, 1993 or so, 4, I was always trying to come up to the end, you know, to the coping, but I could not do it. As a kid, I could not come up. You had the thing on to slide down, but you had no chance, you know. And it was so fun as a kid. Yeah, and no one here, you know. Where are the people? No one here. Skater number 1 with an original skate park. Wow. One of the biggest, best, you know, here from the 90s. Yeah, amazing. And now we go to the block court. Maybe there is also no one. Then I'm the streetballer number 1 again. So I drive there, we see us. That was now nice, you know. Now I'm ready to drive on, you know. All for free, right? Why do you need a toilet to pay when you have it for free, you know? It is hot, it has over 30 degrees, and the plants also have too hot, so they need a cold water, you know. So now I drive on, we see us there, block court. Heidi! Like in the film Heidi, you know, watch. Looks like at the films here. So amazing. And there right on would be the street where I'm not allowed to drive with bicycle, the Zollerberg. You are not allowed because it is too steep, you know. You get problems with police, but that would be the shortcut to come to VIB Rich Court, you know. But yeah, but it's amazing, you know. Really like in the old traditional country films. Amazing. Now the animals comes. Wow, I live really in a perfect place, or that is so nice. The air is good, we have drink water. Later on maybe I see again the goat. Maybe we can meet her, huh? That would be cool. Here now the horses. Very friendly animals. We have a good life here. Ah, so nice. Yeah, and until to the end there we have to drive now. There is the goal, block court. One of my favorite outside courts. Asphalt, of course asphalt, you know. That is amazing. Yeah, so, you know, I have so many interests that a day is not long enough. I would need 50 hours, 60 hours a day to do all the stuff what I want to do, you know. For example, I want to be at Madame Court in Italy. I want to be here, but in one day it's not possible, you know. Wow. What a landscape, or? That is absolutely amazing. And the bicycle. The shoes are nice. We tell something then. Wow. What do you want more? So I drive to the last mountain and then we are at block court. So when you are from here, I have a tip. Now I'm a little bit more. We drove a little bit more because here you can also drive on the left side. I have shown this also, but on the right side you have an automat where you can buy something. You would not imagine that, because here is rest for the cars and here you have two automats, you know. You see that? There you can buy drinks, which is amazing, because if it is Sunday, all has closed, you go there and buy. That is great, otherwise you have a problem. Money, 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 must be funny. Or what do you say? Oh, so nice. Once again, enjoyment, you know, enjoyment. That is amazing. Enjoy the nature, enjoy the life, enjoy streetball, you know. That is the thing. Oh. And enjoy the weather when it has over 30 degrees. The best way to do it, you know. Wow. That is what I like most, you know. Hot or warm, but nothing between, you know. Winter or summer, but nothing between. That is the thing. And you see my allergy, I don't have a problem, you know. Yeah, if I have a problem I still do it because I want to play streetball. When I want to play streetball, then I do it, you know. That is that simple. Wow. And the other thing, you know, maybe, I don't know, I have 3 courts there, you know, in the area where we are now at block court. But the thing is, we have to wait now, wait. Wait. So my friends, watch here. There is standing, bicyclers are welcome, you know. Bicyclers are welcome. That is nice, or? That is how it should be. So, I have the wrong thing in. Wait. So, But I tell you all a thing. I will go back then to another court, you know. Because there, when I'm there, I have always to go to Nowhere's court, you know. Well, also one of my absolute favorite courts from them all. The Nowhere's court is so original, so cool. Of course, asphalt. You know, what do you want more? But you know, that area of the mountains I like so much more. I told this last year. And here is all cool, you know, the vibes, the people. And Nowhere's court, wow. That is always a pleasure to come there, you know. That will be also cool, you know. I will do that, but that means, does the time run away or not? That is the thing. So now, next station on the river. Watch how beautiful. Amazing view, or to enjoy it. Also here. Now we go on to the last mountain there, you know. Bam. But I have to show you that also one time. Normally I drive all this, you know. But I wanted to show you. To enjoy on the bicycle, but now you have also seen it. So my friends, now we arrived here in town. Little town, you know. Watch, that is so cool here. That panorama in the middle of a mountain, this big company that looks always that spectacular. And that is what I like, you know. And here we have 3 courts, you know. But it is a little bit upwards now, you know. This town, little town, goes upwards. And there is the block court. With such a great view to the other side where we came. That is amazing. But long route, you know. There is a long route to drive. To come. That is really cool. So here we have the gym, and then we have again the view to the company with this mountain. That is the end of the mountain where I have shown you before, where I said we have to drive to the end until to this mountain, and at this mountain we have arrived now, you know. There it is. You see, that mountain was the end, and now we are staying in front of it. And on such routes you have always to think on the weather, because if you don't check it out, then now the bad weather comes in, you have a problem, because you have to drive beside a river all home for a few hours, you know. That we don't want. So, but today there is nothing happening, you know. There is nothing happening. Watch. It is really cool. Here we have it once again. You know, there are a few courts, you know, in the next villages, but that is now too far, you know. But the block court, that comes to my mind, you know, like yesterday, you know, Streetball Day. Streetball Day means I have to drive with my bicycle to a court where I want to play now. And when the court is outside, I have to come there. That means with the bicycle. And there starts the things. When I drive with basketball shoes, it is important which pedal you have. Because when you have a real mountain bike pedal that is aggressive, that is really aggressive, that you can stay on, that it's not slippery. But with such a pedal I damage my basketball shoes, so I need one which is not that aggressive. There all the things start what I have to think about, you know. But then it comes a day before I want to play now at this or that court on the next day, and then I will drive there, and that it is, you know. But then it depends how is the weather, and when the weather is other, then I have to change my thing to drive to other court, you know. I have around, yeah, we have, I know, 130 courts plus minus around, I know, here in my federal state, you know. So I have a lot to choose. This is the street where I told you where the tunnel is, where we come to one of the most beautiful villages. But there we are not right now. So now I will drive a bit more, because it is a bit to drive here in the city, small city. and then we play the block court. But there are also special things. I will tell you to that. What we have there when we are in. Oh, so nice, really warm weather. What do you want more, you know? That is so nice. So, I go on, we see us. So my friends, now a little bit more. Now we are almost there. I show you the view. Wow, that is amazing here, you know. We wait for the car, watch. There you see, we are now higher on. And now we have to go there, you know. So we moved all this upwards. And now we will see if people are in or not at the block court, you know. So my friends, we almost arrived now. We have to go to the houses. Then we come into block court. Maybe there is the big party, whatever, you know. I don't know. Watch here, they have a nice pool. They have the party here. Birthday party with pool, you know, that we also had back in the days. Very nice, huh? That is cool. But we check it out. So, yeah. Always nice people here, you know. Very friendly. It is this side of the mountains, you know. There the people always are friendly. So wait, a little bit upwards. Wait. Oh, you hear the cars? Poop, poop, poop. You hear them? There's also something going on. Upwards again. Small thing in. The Streetball Day. Yeah. Watch the view, what is nice. Or that is so cool. It's all a Streetball to me, you know. For others it would be a drive, but this I have to do this to come to the Streetball court, you know. And so to me this is also Streetball. The whole day is made for Streetball. Because I need so many hours to come to the court, and that is Streetball. The whole day is for me to come to the court to play Streetball. You know. So now very relaxed driving. It's not a bicycle tour today. Yeah, I mean it's also over 4 hours on the bicycle, but relaxed, you know. When I make an own bicycle tour, then I'm faster, because then only bicycle. But today is the go Streetball, and the bicycle is only there to come to the place, you know. That it is. Another car. Very, very nice here, you know. Another car. So, another car. So, we have to watch out now. Wow, watch, it is amazing, huh? Made a little extra tour for you that you have to see something, you know, from that village. That we have always something new in there, you know. That is important. But now we have to go left up again, you know. Drive on. Car. Das ist die extra vorher. You are allowed to drive. For now you have to go on. Left on. Oh, wait. No, the small one. That is the thing, you know. So in the middle of the sun, over 30 degrees, and I have to drive to the court, you know. And when we arrived there, it still has over 30 degrees. And that is the relaxed part to play streetball then. After all that journey, you know, then we have it fine. That is the thing. Wow. That is so nice, the block court, you know. From here, I hear no ball. That means maybe no one is in. All little kids are sitting beside the court. They can also be. Only a few meters, you know. But the feeling when you know now you arrive after all those journey, that makes you, wow, that is so nice, you know. You cannot imagine that when people have the court beside their house, you know. That's also cool, but or when you drive with a car, but that is a complete other feeling. The meaning of this playing streetball then is complete other feeling, you know. All the struggles, all the driving, and then you arrive. Here we are. Welcome to block court. Here in front left it is one of my favorite outside courts, you know. Outside of the city. The outside court. I hear no ball. Means streetball number 1 is here because I'm the only one. And I always think I have to come back, you know. That means when you are finished right now here, how will you come back? That you have always in your mind. Never play 100% here because I have to come back, you know, to my city. I have no money for a train or anything. I have nothing by me, you know. Nothing. Means I have to walk or drive. And now here we are. This is it. There it is. You see the cage? Block court. Amazing. So quiet, you know, the blocks. That is why it's called the block court. Wow, with that panorama, watch the mountain. This is the mountain where I told you we are at the end. Here we are now. And now let's enter in now a block court. Wow, we made it. Whew. Tough, but we made it. And I tell you one thing about the block court. Normally I'm not allowed to go in there. Why? Because grown-up people are not allowed to play here. There is a rule. But it's no problem to me. I can do it, you know. There are 3 reasons. Number 1, I'm the biggest basketball YouTuber of my country. I made more streetball videos than anyone else in my country. You know, I got no money, nothing, but this is an advantage. You can always tell, hey, watch, I am the YouTuber here from the country. Then it opens doors where you would normally not come in. Number 2, I'm a nice, friendly and open-minded person. That helps also. And number 3 is I know in almost every village around here people. So I will never have a problem. Watch. Here we are. There it is. The block court. I always have to think now to you. I don't know where you come from the US. I cannot remember now. Or if you have told me. Our iron net master, you know. Now. And here, this is absolutely court for you. Watch here with the door. And now. Asphalt, we have iron nets. Oh, watch this court. Maybe you have seen it. I've made videos from here, but it's longer ago. Now check it out. This would be the perfect place for you, or an old traditional streetball court. Really rough asphalt. There you see this is this old asphalt, this rough one where the edges of the stones watch out, you know, you see that? And here we have a line. But this is painted on, you know, with a Kreider, you know, and the 3-point line. And here with the ring, you see how old this is. We make it from that side before with the trees, and here the things fall in. Here you have to be careful to jump because that is streetball. We have those things in, you know, you see them all the way. I mean, it happens not much, but it can happen when you don't think on it. that this is. And here you see the board, the ring, an iron net, and very high. So when you see my hand now, I almost cannot jump to the net, you know, so high this ring is. And here this old rusty construction, you see, and that is outside. That is the cool part. That is outside, and here is the net. So you have space to jump, but also here there are wobbles in. You see that? This is wobbling. You see? Also here. And also here. You see it's open up, then you see how old this is. And here. But here it is better. And now watch the view. From that area we came until to the end, to the last mountain. Then you have to go right. You don't see it anymore. This last mountain, and then so much more, then you come to my city again. And so with that great out view, and here with the blocks, you know, these long blocks here, with the other side of the mountains. And here we come into Ötzi Court, you know, the most far away court. You see all the blocks. These were big blocks back in the days here, you know. When you are from the US or otherwise, you would say, wow, that is small. But here, these are big blocks. Always when they have 5 etages, these were big blocks in villages or small towns, you know. And here with this imposant, very spectacular mountain, yeah, that is the block court. I like it, a big goal, you see. Where do you have a football field with asphalt, a real goal with no net, you know? That is the absolute cool thing. An original court. And here you see the small entrance for the little kids. They have an extra made tool that they have it more cooler, you know. And that it is. The nice block court. And what ball do I have by me? Also an original one. The grip control from Spalding. So nice. I got this ball from a subscriber. When you watch this, thank you very much again. He extra gave me this ball with a nice letter where he wrote he likes my videos and he wants to give me his ball which he likes very much, and I shall play it. You know, and I've played it a lot of times, but a lot of times means by me I have so many balls, and a lot of times means by 70 balls. That needs time that you play all balls and again, you know what I mean. But I have played it really a few times. It's still very good, you know. And by this ball, I'm not sure where to rank this ball, you know, there. For that reason, I have it by me now to have to play it more often, to get now a feeling against the PT 500X, what I played last time, relaxed playing. And now I will play it here. Yeah, and then we will see. We have played it already here, you know. I had it here already 1 year ago. Almost 1 year ago. Wow. So nice. And now the relaxed part starts. How many degrees do we have? We have to check it out. I don't know. Wait. We check it out. Wow, watch that view. That is amazing, huh? That is why I like the block court, you know. Because it is so cool. So wait. We check it out. How many degrees do we have it? So wait. 28. We have it 28 degrees, not 30. Here in the shadow you see it. 28 here, but feels like 29, you know. So 1 degree doesn't matter. But very nice. Oh. Now I drink something and then we start the session. So my friends, now I can tell you something about the shoes, you know. So one subscriber also where I got some Baden balls, you know. I wrote him, I tell now something to all people. Those shoes, 35 euro basketball shoes, you know. I got them from Amazon. They looked very amazing on the pictures and I thought, yeah, I will try them out. And I tell you, I was expecting really worse shoes normally, you know, so very stiff and hard one, but they are very soft, you see that? Feeling like they are really nice, so I am very positive from those shoes. But I tell you, for real basketballers, I don't know if they like it, you know, because they have the high standard basketball shoes from 100 euro plus. I mean, I know those shoes, you know, they feel older than this, but what is important, they have a straight thing, you see, that is important, so you are very close to the ground. And the other thing is, you have a bright thing, you see that? So that is very big, you know, not for small feet, because I have damaged it one time in 1996, I think. I was jumping barefoot here on the outside and it made crick and it was out, damaged, you know, bam, cut, bam. I had a long time those tips, you know, the white thing, the tape, the hard one, back in the 90s. And so I can only wear shoes which are here very bright and they fit in perfect. That is the good thing. They are very light, that is the next good thing. And they are soft, you see that? That is really smooth. The only thing is what you feel, that here the space from your toes to this here, you know. When here are the toes, the overground, here is the shoe and under there are the toes, you don't have much space, you know. So here on you are very close in, you know, not here, but on the top, you know. That is only a small thing, not this, you know. That you feel, that can be annoying for some people, but to me it works out. The thing here is very nice, you know, that fits in perfect. And you don't have the feeling that you slip out, you know, that you make this. Of course, I know other basketball shoes where you have a more control feeling, but you know, I also play barefoot and in skateboard shoes, so to me, for that price, absolutely great. Only one other thing is, when you are staying, you have the feeling that you go in like this, you know. So that is also a difference to other basketball shoes, you know, higher quality, and of course the vibration sometimes, you know, in big shoe companies, this will feel too hard for many people, you know. This is like a barefoot shoe, a little bit, you know. But I have no idea how long this will stay, you know, if it is over or not. And here on the outside, if this gets open up or not, you know. But for the price, I'm very in a positive mood. And for that, the shoes are great because I like the color. And to me, it's only a flat sole, and they have to be here bright, and that you, when you are in, that you feel like, hey, I'm barefoot, you know. But maybe when you have the higher quality shoes, you don't sweat that much. Here I think you sweat a lot, you know. Here is no air which comes in and out. These are the small details, but you know, that does not interest me. I'm a streetballer from the early 90s, you know. Because I played always with skateboard shoes. I told this, you know, to Manta, the subscriber where we got the Baden balls. I always had skateboard shoes on. Why? Because you could choose, you want to have a basketball shoe when you were younger, you know, or a skateboard shoe. Of course, a skateboard shoe, because when you also did skateboarding with a skateboard shoe, I can drive perfect skateboard, but I can also play streetball. They were very heavy and very thick, you know, the old skateboard brand shoes, but they worked out great for streetball. And with a basketball shoe, I cannot drive perfect skateboard, so I always choose the skateboard shoes. I had action shoes, you know, reef shoes, airwalk shoes, Etnis, Ease, DVS. I had the Ease, but the Kosten, that was not good. That was like a running shoe. The Masca shoe was better, the Jet Masca Ease. Here they never knew how to call it. Ease, yes, S. Those three names, you know. That was always, no, they are so called, the company, you know. Shorties and Ease were the best companies back then here by us in the 90s. And I had Globe DC shoes, and they worked out perfect, you know. And when they were damaged, you see the tractor. Small city and the tractor. When they were damaged, you had Shugo. Shugo was a cream, a pest. When you had holes here by skateboarding, or there were complete holes to the socks, you know, to the inner sole, you know. And then you had this glue, and you did it on, and that worked out perfect, you know. And we did this always Shugo. Give me some Shugo, and we did it on. That was perfect, you know. Yeah, and that it is. And to the ball, works out also very nice, you know. Feels really, really, really good. But I have no idea how to rate it. But you see what is happening to that ball was this cut, you know. And also here that cut. Watch, where do we have it? Here. You see a real cut in. Here is a small, but the ball feels really, really good, you know. But where to put it in the rankings, that is my thing. I have no idea. By all other balls, I can imagine between this and that, there it could be. But by this ball, wow, I really don't know. We have to play it so much more. But it feels always nice, you know. Always nice. Especially here at this court, you know, on asphalt. I like it here really, really much. So, we go on. Some balls. What a nice court, or play here now this side, the side where you have to be careful, you know. So nice. And other thing, do you remember the band what I have on there? You know the symbol, maybe, you know. Watch here, there you can read it. Then tell me if you know the band. That was a famous band in the early 2000s to middle 2000s, Mindless Self-Indulgence. They were in the alternative scene, but they were becoming one of the biggest in the game, you know. They were really famous underground, electronic, rock and punk, you know. They mixed it together in a style which no other one did. And then a bit later the emo style came up with My Chemical Romance, you know, and those bands, I've also seen them. And then it was exploding, and also they were accepted by the emos. And I have seen them. I knew a girlfriend of mine, and she has known the band, you know. And then when we were in Croatia, in Zagreb, we could talk to the band. They were very, very nice, very friendly people, you know. It was cool. So, very nice. Always music on, you know. So my friends, now I'm on the way to the next court. Now we go in the overground court, you know. That is not far from this one, but watch, we have to drive upwards. Now I would say that's 30 degrees, you know. But now upwards, and then the court is called In the Woods court, you know. But listen, I have 3 courts which have a similar name. It is not the Hidden Court, you know. It is not the Hidden Woods court, you know. They are in my city. This is In the Woods court. And why? Because it is in the woods. That is complete In the Woods court, you know. They have built this a few years ago new. I have shown you the place, but I think not many people have seen this video because I wanted to create a summer edition for this ball, for the grip control ball, as respect for the guy who, how it is called in English, who gave me his ball, you know. And I wanted to make the special part, and then the area was close to come to VIB Rich Court, and so I made here those 2 courts with this ball, and I think the video has not seen many. So we go in and you see there is a lot of woods in the court, complete the other court than this one. Yeah, but now it goes more up and up and up. That is really tough, you know. I mean, all possible, but I told you, when I play street ball, I don't want to drive the steep parts because that is too much. Because when you want to do the next day other sport, makes no sense, you know. To drive 4 hours on a bicycle, play 1-2 hours street ball, and also drive the steepest parts, you know. But oh, really, really hot, and I have not much to drink anymore. It's always the same thing. The water is too hot now. Cannot drink it anymore. But this is a nice court, you know. I tell you that. So was. Oh. That is tough to reach, you know. And then also Nowhere's court. The last one, but the time. The problem is, I also want to go to the climbing. And so I don't know what to do. To drive to Nowhere's court, to drive home. The day has not enough hours to me. What I want to do, you know. But to the shoes again. Now I have it the second time on. Same as I told you now. I would say my feeling, what I think, for basketball players, they will not be that happy, you know. But when you are a basketball player, indoor player, and you search a shoe for outdoor, where you say, boy, sometimes I play on an outdoor court, but I don't want to damage my expensive indoor shoes, and I don't want to give out those much money for an extra shoe for sometimes playing outdoor. This fits in, but you have to live with the things. It is not that safe than a real basketball shoe. The vibration or the absorption is not like on a real basketball shoe. And when you are in, it is a little bit hot, you know. It's my feeling right now, hotter than other shoes. But all other is very nice. For that price, it is perfect to me, you know. But that you have to know if you don't like those things. But otherwise, perfect shoe. Now the last edge. Scheiße. It's tough, you know. Yeah. But a little bit shadow now. And you see Streetball Day. Hard day. The streetball is always the relaxed part. But when we are here, I've also played this court because you don't drive the same route extra again, you know. to come to the court only a little bit of both. So I always take both courts on one day. That is nice to me. I like the block court most here. And in the woods court, completely other. All is wet. Car comes. Brutal. Regensburg. Deutscher. Es wird ein Deutscher mitten in die Berge. Der hat sich ja komplett verfahren. Der kommt wahrscheinlich über Bayern. Bayern in Tirol. Bavaria. That is the style. The teenage girl with their mopeds. And now, but the cat arrives. The sunshine enters in his area. Why? Because this area is called the sun area, the Sonnensiedlung. And I have always a smile, so I am the sun, you know, watch, Sonnensiedlung. And here right in, there it is. We also hear it from here. If you hear a ball or not, it's too hot for the kids. But here were some kids, and I've seen it, playing football. The old streetball football on a rough asphalt court. And here, you would never imagine that here comes a streetball court. You can watch here the nice houses, and there comes out of nowhere the streetball court, you know, but not nowhere's court, it is in the woods court. Oh. So, now, but here we have water, you know. Here we have fresh, clean drinking water where I can put on my paddle, and that is the good part, because the water I can't forget. It is so hot, then you drink all the bacteria, you know. Whew, a little bit breathe out. So nice, you know. And then there you know all areas, you know. Oh, now the SD card. No, wait, no. I have to delete something. Wait, we are still here. Watch, wait. Wow, so now I have to delete something. We are still here, and now I have heard a ball. So someone is in there. We will check it out. Wow. So out of nowhere comes the basketball court, you know. That is really amazing. You go in the woods, and in the middle, in the woods, boom, streetball court, you know. Where do you get this? Completely original. You see? Now it goes a little bit upwards, and then in the woods. Then you know the name, why? In the woods. So, drive on there. Then I show you. That is amazing. So. So 1, 2, bam. Here we enter in this small passage, you know, and then we are in the woods court, you know. That is so cool. Where do you get this? Tell me that. When you are from the US, we have such in the nature. You see where we have to go. And then there comes the streetball court. You see here with this stuff. And now, out of nowhere, 1, 2, bam, streetball court. Amazing, or? In the middle of the woods. You see, with the playground. Very nice. Hello. So, and here you have shadow, you know. Boy, and it is clean in there. Normally there's a lot of stuff from the woods in there, you know. Like here. I show you that. Wow. Metal boards, you know. Now, here we are. There is no net. The ball can fall out. I've shown you that. And here you have shadow, also no net. But it is very cool, you know. We have here a really good rubber court, because this is straight, you know. These are these hard ones, like in the 90s, you know. Not those wobbling soft things. The height is better than at the block court here, but no net. But it is nice to play, but the thing is, there is often such tools in, you know, from here. You see them? And here you can make scratches into your ball, you know, so don't bring the best ball, but I have a very good ball by me, but I want to play this ball again here. We have also played it here, you know, and that is nice. And here we have the fresh, clean water, you know. That is what I like, because I need it very importantly when I want to drive to Nova's court, because there we only have sun. There will come no shadow anymore at Nova's court. So we play a bit.
Yeah, my friends, that is in the woods court, but we'll play the other ones. There are also people here. We have enough courts. You've seen it now, and I will drive now. So my friends, now we can fill up the water. Watch, one I have already filled up. So nice in the middle of the woods. You have a fresh, clean water, you know. That is perfect, you know. Always perfect, because without the water it's a little bit tough, you know. So fresh, clean water. Perfect. Now we can go on to Nowhere's Court. Much more in the other direction of the city. And then we go back to Innsbruck. Then we see the best climber in the world, the goat maybe. But I don't know when they are climbing at night. But we will see. So my friends, now last station I drove on the much more to outside, you know, much more outside of my city. Now at Nowhere's Court, there is nothing, nowhere. Watch, bam. Ha, here we are. There is Nowhere's Court, you know. Here is the train left, and here comes Nowhere's Court. That court which I like so much. And again, it is almost evening now. It becomes 6 o'clock almost. That means I need over 2 hours back home. Then we have it, I don't know, 8:30. And you know, then it's the whole day. And the climbers, I don't know. That is the thing, you have to decide what you want to do, which you like most, you know. But I want to do it all. And now here he comes. Nowhere's Court. Wow. If you know it, then you would say, what, are you crazy? If you don't know the court, then be surprised what you will see now. That is an original court. But now it is good because the weather, the sun goes down at 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the night, so we don't have the light problem. That is good. And now, welcome to Nowhere's Court, an original streetball court which you will not find at any other place. We have to make the thing because normally I enter in from here, from the tunnel system. Here we are. Hello, hello, hello. You hear the hall, indoor hall, bam. And now, Nowhere's Court. Here we come. That is so amazing because of the atmosphere there. That feels so nice, you know. I like it here so much. You cannot play the best, but to enjoy it is amazing. But there are now people, young people. But I show you that. Watch. Here, with that side of the mountain, and then there is the wall, and there is nothing, you know. There is nowhere. And we are so far away from my city. Watch. You know, you don't see to my city. And here we are, Nowhere's Court. That is amazing, you know. That it is. Watch here, the ring. Asphalt, of course. That is amazing. You see? And that it is, you know. Here we play some streetball with that panorama to that side. Very impressive. But even more impressive is that side, you know. Especially in the morning or at night, you know. Now it is, it should be more night and you have it better, you know. But then you get a problem to come home. In the morning when the sun comes up or the sun goes down is the best way here to enjoy the evening session or the morning session. Morning session when you drive to Ötzi Court, an evening session like now, but you know, we are a little bit too early. But I have to come home for the climbing, and here we have it. This nice tool, and that works out so much better than you would expect, you know. Yeah, and here those mountains, from there we came, you know. And when we have to go all the right way, you don't see. That is so far away, my city. That is over those mountains so much more, you know. Yeah, and the ball feels very good. Once again, very, very, very good ball. And the shoes, I can tell you right now, they are soft. They are not too hard, but in comparison to the big shoes what I have, the big Daichi with this very flexible absorption thing sole, you know, that feels complete other. There you have to say it, because I had the big shoe on every journey last year, and that helped out very much because I have to walk also a lot, you know. and I'm outside. And that I feel right now they are other than the big shoes. The big shoes are still the gold standard to me to drive a bicycle, to have grip, to play basketball and to walk. Best combination, they're big shoes, but they are too expensive to me, you know. 150, 160 euro is too much in my opinion. 110, 20 is okay, but 150, 60 is too much. So we play here, very nice. Wow, what a nice session, or here between an LKW, here can cars drive, you know, sometimes, not often. That reminds me completely on the streetball days when I started it in the early 90s. Same like here, you know, that is why I like it, with a cool panorama. Cars where the ball rolls under, you know, sometimes cars pass, and you have here a ring which works out good, and that it is, you know. I enjoyed it. Cool streetball day. What a nice view, or it was not too much streetball, you know. I wanted to play more, but you never know what comes out. But still, it is now, yeah, long route home. When I want to go to the climbers, I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, and that was really cool. So from that nice ring, from the Noah's court, a court which I like so much, you know, it's always a pleasure to be here. Of course, no one plays streetballer number 1. Why? Because I'm the only one here. So we see us next time. Until then, bye and ciao.
And I always do it big because I can.